The second act, still in the final, is...
ChatGPT.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Eternally Online, the place that you found because you are chronically online. Do y'all like the bandana? I feel like now that my hair is longer I can finally pull it off. Y'all, I've been so stressed lately, and my favorite thing to do after a stressful week is to just relax and unwind with some nice ambient music in the background. Like any other normie, I go to trusty old Spotify to put on my music and drift away. Just me, the ambience, and Aphex Twin. Well, actually, that's a lie, because instead of Aphex Twin, I usually put on one of Spotify's pre-made playlists, like Ambient Bliss. Until one day I got curious and decided to check out what kind of music the playlist was actually making me listen to. Moon Hollow, Aethriel, La Sunzi.
Le Face 5 years.
Strange ass names that I'd never heard of before. I mean, that's logical. Ambient artists aren't usually the most well known, but wait, this artist only started uploading music in 2025 and already has almost 1 million listeners, and this one too. I couldn't find absolutely any info about these artists on the internet, and that's when I realized that in the year of our share 2026, the music that Spotify was feeding me had to be AI slop. Okay, now I realize that's a major accusation to throw someone's way. How do I know for sure that it's AI? Bear with me here. So, Spotify has something called the Perfect Fit Program, or PFC. This program is essentially Spotify hiring and commissioning gig artists to make music for them that fits the mood of whatever playlist they want to use the music for. Instead of having to license the music and having to give the musicians a share of the money, Spotify bulk buys this music so all the royalties belong to them, and then attach fictional artist names to the commissioned songs. Modal colors, aerial lakes, so indie. Essentially, it's a win-win situation for Spotify. They get to keep the royalties they make of any streams given to the songs, and the artists get paid hopefully a good paycheck for their work. Although, million-dollar companies, so yeah, I don't know. Now, all of what I said has been proven knowledge, but I want to put a disclaimer that the next things I'm going to say are mostly speculation. With the rise of the ability to create legit sounding music with apps like Suno, it's become easier and easier to mass produce songs. Potentially, ambient songs. For vibe playlists that don't require many vocals and traditionally don't have too many complicated qualities in the composition. See what I'm getting at here? I mean, it makes sense, right? It's not just that these decoy artists all have no traceable existence, but the fact that a lot of their music does not date any further back than 2024, the exact year when creating music through AI became widely accessible and started to sound on par with traditional music. Again, I'm not saying that it's proven that they've moved over to using AI for their PFC program, but with the absolute pocket change that artists have been getting in return for their streams, running ICE recruitment ads on the platform, and the CEO of Spotify having apparently invested millions in drone weapons, I also wouldn't expect this billion-dollar company to have the best morals when it comes to paying artists for their work. I mean, with its algorithms and playlist-centered interface, Spotify and other streaming platforms have really contributed to the rise of a more passive listening culture. You just put something on and half of the time you can't even tell what you're listening to anyway. It's different than ye olden days where you had to go into a record shop and gamble your $15 on an album that you hadn't heard in full and you had no way of knowing if it would be worth your buck or not. My condolences to anyone anyone who has gone through this and wasted their money on one of JLo's terrible albums. Anyway, so most listeners just passively listening to a playlist wouldn't really have any way of telling if what they're listening to was AI generated or not. I've been duped too, apparently. I mean, I guess you could just turn on the radio and there will be plenty of real life existing artists ready for you to listen to. What do you mean radio stations are playing AI artists now too and they've completely infiltrated the mainstream at this point? Oh my god. Yeah, so it's not just random ambient songs on Spotify. AI music is literally everywhere now. I feel like the first time the existence of AI artists trying to pass off as real entered the public consciousness around last year with The Velvet Sundown. The Velvet Sundown was this AI country band that amassed over 1 million monthly listeners before people found out that it was AI. Unlike the ambient music we talked about previously though, The Velvet Sundown was really trying to pass off as a legit band that actually existed, complete with an elaborate artist biography, written by ChatGPT of course, and photo shoots of the supposed members of the band. Everything about this band, from the voices, to the lyrics, to instrumentation, to album covers, was done with AI. And in hindsight, I don't think it was that people were necessarily fooled by the Velvet Sundown, although if you're not attentively listening, I can see how it can just seem like generic shitty country music. It's more that this is the point where people realize just how much quality could be achieved with AI. I mean, these were fully realized songs with instrumentation and lyrics made to sound like something you would actually hear on the radio. Of course, the music was absolute ass, but at the time I wasn't too concerned on what this could mean for the future of the music industry. I assumed that AI-made music would just be used by random people who wanted to make a quick buck with the least effort possible. And certainly, the people in the actual music industry would know better than to embrace this slop, right? Right? Why can I never be right for once in these goddamn videos? Enter the AI artist who received a $3 million record deal, Xania Monet. We have another fraud on our hands, but this time it's a woman in R&B. Love the diversity. You go build that data center in an already water-scarce area and deprive the poor of their drinking water, girl boss queen. Xania's quote-unquote music has charted quite well on the Billboard charts, which shows that there are quite a lot of people actually listening to her music. Xania has the same issues as the Velvet Sundown, where these creepy AI textured images of a fake person are used to pose as the artist, and a soulless robotic voice singing lyrics that are supposed to evoke emotion, almost like robots can't do that. Funny, isn't it? Talisha Jones, the woman behind Xania Monet, actually went on an interview at CBS News, and it went probably exactly how you'd expect.
Were you surprised by the reaction?
Yeah, I was totally surprised, and then a lot of people started reaching out, and
But Nikki, they thought Xania was a real person.
You know what, Gail? I still have beef with you for going on that space trip with Katie and attending Jeff Bezos' wedding, but I'ma give it to you. You ate that one little thing. So in this interview, Talisha reveals that she does 100% write the lyrics of Xania's songs herself, but she puts them through AI to create a song with them. Another AI artist from the Netherlands, Broken Veteran, who is behind an AI-generated anti-refugee song that topped Spotify's viral 50 chart in that country. As a person who has the misfortune of sharing a country with this fool, no, your ears are not deceiving you. It is really just as racist and absolutely unhinged as it sounds. Like, we all know that America is insane, but if y'all even knew half the shit that goes down in Europe, I mean, like, keep in mind, Europeans literally invented modern racism. Anyway, sorry, got completely sidetracked there. Broken Veteran said in an email to The Guardian that
I put a whole bag of jelly beans up my ass.
Broken Veteran said in an email to The Guardian that AI was just another tool for expression, particularly valuable for people like me who have something to say but lack traditional musical training. So, if you lack musical training and you can't make music, then don't make music. That racist ass song could have just been another Facebook comment, and it would have gotten lost in the sea of millions of other racist Facebook comments. But same for Talisha Jones. She says she's a poet, so just stick to making poetry then. No one's asking you to create this uncanny valley-ass music that doesn't even sound good when you critically examine it for more than 3 seconds. The thing that pisses me off the most is that she spent 4 months learning AI and got $1 million record deal for it in return. 4 months, while other artists not only spend years to perfect their craft, but 99% of them can only dream of a record deal like that. It takes hours, days, weeks even, to make a song sound good, and she does it all in the click of a button. I mean, not only does it completely spit in the faces of actual singers and producers who have dedicated their whole lives to creating art, it also contributes to this dystopian commodification of art that has been amplified tenfold by the rise of AI. To people with no creativity, and to the soulless tech billionaires who are obsessed with pushing AI into everything, art is just another product to put out and sell. To them, it's not something shaped by our emotions, our experiences, or our imagination. It's kind of the current day equivalent to like soulless corporate minimalist art from the 2010s. But hey, at least that had an actual human behind it who put work into it. I'd take that any day over the soulless corporate AI slop that we have nowadays. Another issue is that the AI software that she uses, Suno, has gotten under fire for training its models on copyrighted music. And when you think about it, that makes sense. I mean, how else would your AI software be able to generate these real-sounding voices and instruments? Everything about this is just so gross and unethical. And let me remind you that this woman received $3 million goddamn dollars for this. Like, just think for a second how much money that is. But the thing is, Xania isn't even the most successful AI artist out there. Recently, you might have heard of an artist named Sienna Rose. As of the time I'm writing this script, she has 4 million monthly listeners on Spotify, and her music has been shared by celebrities as famous as Selena Gomez and BTS. Yeah, so obviously she's AI too. There is actually a real life artist out there named Sienna Rose, whom I feel extremely bad for. But recently, AI Sienna has gone viral on the internet for basically everybody who listened to her finding out that she's AI.
Sienna Rose is an AI artist that is posing and promoting her music like a normal human being and has 3.3 million monthly Spotify listeners, which is such a slap in the face to artists like myself who've been in this game for over 10 years and spent tens of thousands of dollars to mix and master music and create visuals to cater to platforms like Spotify, who continue to routinely cut us a smaller and smaller chunk of the pie in favor of AI artists that they don't have to pay.
And I guess this is the lady behind Sienna. I think it's so funny that she has singer-songwriter in her bio. Cut the bullshit, girl. You and I both know. Only, apparently this woman isn't even real either.
Many TikTok users now suspecting this account of being AI generated too, pointing out disappearing lines and doors, unnatural behavior of Rose's hair, morphing of teeth, and numbers and letters not looking real.
Say what you want about the lady behind Xania Monet, but at least she's coming out, showing herself, and owning that she's the one behind it all. We genuinely don't know who is behind Sienna Rose. For all we know, she could be some middle-aged white man generating this music in his basement and having millions of people listening to it. But then there's that dissonance again, because is there genuinely a demand for AI-generated music? Who just randomly goes one day, you know what my life is missing? Music made by a machine. And now, hey, I love me some Vocaloid, but at least those songs are produced by real people with talent. I believe that art is human, we shouldn't be giving it to AI because the whole point of art is that it's human. So why are these AI artists getting so many streams? It all circles back to the passive listening culture that I mentioned in the beginning of the video. Oh my god, see how I just created a narrative circle for the video?
My mind, it amazes me sometimes.
Yeah, people just don't listen to music with their full attention anymore. And that is how these AI artists thrive, by staying under the radar, which really is the antithesis of what it means to be successful in the arts. Unfortunately, I don't think that Xania Monet and Sienna Rose will be the last that we see of these AI artists by far. The music platform Deezer has estimated that around 50,000 songs per day uploaded to the platform are AI generated. More and more AI artists are appearing on more and more charts, and more people are getting fooled by it. It's really bleak for artists right now, but there's still hope. Sweden, for example, has banned AI-generated songs from charting on its national charts, and I hope that more countries will follow this example. Deezer has also taken measures to remove AI-generated music from the platform, so bye-bye Sienna Rose, into the recycling bin you go. And as for how you, as a listener, can be more proactive with avoiding AI-generated music, I'd recommend listening to user-created playlists in favor of the ones generated by Spotify. Try investigating the artist's page a little bit to see if their pictures look legit and they didn't suddenly appear out of thin air in 2024 and have released a butt ton of music since then. And you can always choose to support artists directly. Buying albums, digital or physical, and attending gigs and concerts will always be a better way of financially supporting artists than streaming. Well, I think that's all I had to say for today. If you liked this video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe so that I'll finally have the platform I need to kickstart my career in Mongolian throat singing. That's all for this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye!